Welcome, welcome, my friends. This is the AI Musicians Survival Guide. And I'm joined today by one of our members, the awesome DJ Stealth. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, brother? Thanks again, man, for having me come on, man. It's a real honor, man, and appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Let's do some introductions. So everyone knows me, but they don't really know you. Our members might see me tagging Beatology in a lot of these posts. Well, that's the man. So tell us, how would you like them to refer to you? DJ Stealth, Beatologist. What's
Well, just you guys can just call me Stealth. You know what I mean? My real name is Gordon McGinnis. I'm just here, so call me whatever. Just don't call me nothing bad, please.
the band that I've got with me has got quite a record of awesome work he's done for everyone. You always hear us talking about the big three. Well, he's done work with all three of these people. Do you want to give us a breakdown, Gordon, of some of these people?
Well, in a nutshell, I'm from LA. I'm 53 years old. I'm born and raised out here. I started off as a DJ out here in LA. That turned into me trying to learn how to produce. So I don't know if you remember the Commodore 64, man. I had a Commodore 64 and this program called Master Track Pro, and that's what started my journey to try to be a beat maker, thinking I was a producer. I toured. Well, it first started off as me just renting keyboards to this guy named Cocaine. His cousin was signed to a group called Above the Law, and that group was signed to Rootless Records. So I turned the keyboard rental into me playing keyboards for the band for Rootless Records. So that started me off on my musician journey. Since then, I've been working with everybody you could think of. I worked at Universal Music Group under the Interscope Geffen A&M rap department under my friend Kevin Black. He brought me over there. I was over there for about 10 years. Then after that, I went to Disney for 5 years. And, and I worked with the third too, Sony, another big three, because I'm signed to the Orchard. The name of my group is the Beatologist. So you guys, please, all I ask is just go add me to a playlist, give me some feedback, because of this man right here, he got me out of a musical depression. So now I release 20 songs a week. Thanks to Phil, man.
Wow.
So thank you,
Wow.
Phil. You know what I mean? Seriously,
Oh,
like
thank you.
all
Thank
the
you.
knowledge
And
that you're giving, I'm serious. Like it turned my life around. And thank you,
wow.
brother. So that's
Wow.
just a brief nutshell, of what I've done. But if you guys have any
Amazing.
questions, just let me know.
Amazing stuff. Hey, let's put your YouTube in the chat so that people can connect and listen. And
And
let's
here's just one of my toys.
oh,
You
that's
know,
Dr. Dre. Let's wait,
yeah,
wait.
this is
Let me zoom in on that.
you see my name right there. So if anybody have any questions, anything, this is just one of the hundreds of plaques that I have with me. So I just want to, just in case you got some naysayers on here, that's just one of the plaques. And that's Papa in the back. That's our guard dog. Are you still there, Phil?
Hey, I took myself out
Okay, there
so
you
that
go.
they could see. I wanted them to
Okay, there you
see
go.
it
There you
up
go. There you
close
go.
and
There you go.
personal.
I'm like, okay, what happened?
So I was saying 2001. Which of Dr. Dre's albums was that? Which one was
That's the
that?
Chronic 2001. That was its most
Ah,
iconic one.
that's crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we did Pause for Porno. I think it's number 17 on there. And that was one of my biggest placements as a publisher.
Wow. Wow. So you're in the thick of all this stuff in LA. So what is the word on the street is my question for you. What are people saying about the Suno Warner, or do they not even care? Is there like some other topics in AI? Are they shutting down AI? Are they against AI? Because the likes of Jimmy Jam, highly regarded, Dallas Austin, highly regarded with his work on Boys to Men and so on. So what are people saying out there?
I mean, the guys that are my age, the guys that's been around for a while, out of hundreds of guys I've tried to get on this, maybe about five guys actually are doing it. And I had to beg them to do it. It's like they got this false way of thinking that we're stealing, man. But in my eyes, you might as well just try to copyright chord progressions and chords and notes there. I mean, because there's not one chord progression or one note, or it's not. Maybe let's do some microtonal stuff or something. But I promise you, there's not a chord that hasn't been played before, a chord progression, or even melodies. I mean, us musicians that could really listen to stuff, and us that got like perfect pitch, we can listen to songs and tell you what key they're in and what chord progressions they are. So what is the difference between a real trained ear than AI? And
that's right.
And to be quite frank with you, you got to know how to use AI correctly, because you have to know how to prompt and really listen to what you're doing and use your website to get the even right tools to make AI useful. Because when I first started using it, I didn't listen to you. I thought I knew everything, man. But when I started listening to you and got my prompting right, I'm able to do 20 releasable songs every Friday of every genre. So salute.
Wow.
Every genre. No way I could have done that before. No way.
That is wild. That is wild and exciting that you're embracing it, because you're one of the, way back in the day. I know there are people who would go back into the 70s and the 60s, but speaking about late 80s, 90s, you've been on this journey and you're embracing it. Hey, Phoenix Benjamin, good to see you. You can always join us on here, buddy, if you check your email. Join us on here if you want. Join us in the conversation. So, based on what you've done so far, are you getting any backlash from your buddies in the industry? Is anyone talking crazy, or is everyone behaving like it is what it is?
Yes, the people that frankly aren't better than AI are the ones that's worried. I'm just keeping it real, because you know that when synthesizers first came out, they tried to outlaw synthesizers. So all
That's
these
right.
old way of thinking, we got to throw it out, because like I said, you still have to have an ear to do good music on these AI applications. Like I had to go through hundreds of reiterations before I really knew how to like lock it in. So it's not that plug and play. You know what I mean? Because go to Suno.com and listen to that stuff, then go to the Beatologist Spotify and listen to that stuff. It takes skill. It really does.
It does. So, and that's what a lot of people fail to realize. I don't want to call anyone out, but a very famous producer who has been associated with Janet back in the day came out saying, "Hey, all this stuff, it's just prompting." And it's not just prompting, it's more than that.
Jimmy
People need
Jam
to
said that?
understand. Not Jimmy Jam. No, it's not Jimmy.
Okay, I'm
Name
like, okay,
name
let me see
withheld.
that interview.
I don't want to call the brother
Okay,
out
all
without
right,
telling
all
you
right,
off the
all right.
scenes. But I'm sure people know, and but anyway, that's the case. I'm going to bring on our brother Phoenix Benjamin in the next 3 minutes or so. So just stay tuned, Phoenix. I'm going to bring you on as part of the conversation. So if you were going to tell our generation, the 80s, the 90s, those kind of people, and even the 2000s, your 2 cents about AI, being that you've been in the thick of this industry, and being that you know how the big dogs are playing the game, because you work for these people. You worked for UMG, right? You worked for the Sony people. You worked for the Warner people in one way or another. What advice do you have to give this generation? Because I hear a lot of emotion in what people are saying and not enough common sense. So what would you say?
I'm going to tell the truth and share my personal journey. I stopped making music 8 years ago because number one, I didn't want to do anything that sounded like I did or anything that wasn't better than what I did, because I care about my legacy. Me discovering Suno and AI has took me to levels I couldn't even have dreamed of. I don't care. I've practiced and I've studied and all that these last 8 years waiting for something like this to come out. So guys, you got to do it. Especially I'm hearing a lot of you guys records. You guys need AI. It's no excuse. No, it's no excuse for out of key stuff. I'm tired of hearing stuff out of key. I'm tired of hearing stuff that's not in pocket. And I'm tired of hearing bad mixes and mastering. So if you are like lacking, which most people are, come on. Like when we look at our records, we got to look at our records on the world scale. Like when I look at records like when Lady Gaga stuff came to me as a demo, right? It was mixed, it was mastered. I heard Just Dance, I heard Poker Face, and you got to have records like that for people to get you serious. You got to have usable records. And 90% of the stuff that people send to me is not usable for anything because they can't do the basics. Sing in key, rap on time, get a good mix, get a good master, and have a hit song. Because you can have all those things, but I think 150,000 songs get released today now with AI. You have to be able to stand out unless you have a lot of money, and you can waste a lot of money if it's just horrible material. So guys, get on it. And guess what? If you don't, that's just more money for us.
Thank you for doing the hard work, man, because honestly, you're preaching, man. I appreciate that because people don't want to hear the truth. They think that AI is junk compared to what they're doing. And a lot of them can't even stand anywhere near what AI does. I mean, remotely. So it is a truth. There are a lot of people that are very opinionated about this stuff. They think AI is trash, and they say it all over social media. And then you listen to what they do, and like you said, they can't even rap on beat. They can't even sing on key. So they need this stuff. But we're gonna bring our brother Phoenix Benjamin on. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the
Hey,
party.
how you doing, Phil? Hey, Steph,
I'm
how you
doing
doing,
Hey, how
man?
you doing, Phoenix?
Man, it's been about 20 years since I seen you, brother.
Who, me?
Yeah, man, I've been on the producing engineer wing of the Recording Academy since '94,
Oh, wow, man. I thought you looked
Los
familiar,
Angeles.
man. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm back home in Jacksonville, Florida, man.
Oh, man. Well, I
Used
wish
to
you
used to
guys were
work
in
with
California.
used to work with Fred Durst, my buddy Fred Durst at Interscope back in the day, I think.
Yes, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yep. Fred,
What a
man.
small world.
Man, it's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen you with you. We all changed, man. Like I've lost a
Yeah.
lot. I'm so glad you still got yours.
Man, yeah, last November 30th, I was ran over walking through a crosswalk and messed me up pretty bad. And
Oh my
well, you
God.
look good, and it's good to see you, man. And let's
You
keep
too.
pushing, man, and keep doing this music, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. I had no idea you folks knew, from a previous
Well,
world. That is
I pretty much
pretty
lived
awesome.
in Los Angeles, for a long time since I was 16 years
Ah,
old.
Yeah,
wow, wow.
the
So
real
let's
music.
introduce you, because people watching don't know you. So give us an intro, Phoenix. Tell us what you're about. Tell us a little bit of your musical background and your take on AI.
I'm a singer, songwriter, guitar player from the bands Green Devil Industry, the Honey Cartel. I'm also DJ Coldfinger. I work with members of 3-6 Mafia. Scanman's a good buddy of mine. We got some things going on. My cousin is Gary Rosington. He's the founder and lead guitarist of the band Leonard Skinner from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm a professional tattoo artist since 1986. And in a nutshell, I've got myself blacklisted a few times over the years by speaking up against people. I've toured with some of the biggest acts, and I've done a few TV shows and a few movies, and I'm back here. I live for Yahoo now. So
And
that
you're a bad guitarist. I heard what you did on some of those new records coming out. Bad singer
yeah.
as well. You're spot on. So I'm not gonna steal any thunder. I'll let you, when you get to that point and you're ready to release, then we'll have
Oh,
you come back on and we'll listen to some of your tracks.
let's see. December 10th.
Oh
I
wow.
have
Okay.
5 singles dropping. So
Wow.
every
That's awesome.
Friday from December 10th, every Friday after that is 5 tracks for the next year and a half.
That is wow.
So, like I said, I got over 3.5 decades of music. You know what I mean? And it's just like DJ Stealth says, and you said it's not. You know what I mean? Why these kids are sitting here? I'm not going. Can I cuss on here? Can I say shit?
we're we're gonna
Well,
try and keep it clean because we got the young
okay, let's
uns
keep
on
it clean.
it.
Okay, let's keep it clean. Most of these kids out there, everybody's talking. You know what? They don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about what they don't know about, and then when they go to this, they just playing it like it's a game. You know what I mean? Like last night, I was trying to explain to some people in your show. You know, they think, oh, I downloaded the MP3. Well, you can tell yourself the MP3 is the way to go. You know, but I'm telling you, you ain't going nowhere with it. You know, it hasn't. And but you know, you got to, you know, this is the best tool in the world. Since my accident, you know, I've got a brain injury, I've got a
Oh,
partial
wow.
broken neck and back,
Ooh.
and I've got a monkey foot now right here permanently
Mm.
from the accident.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
you know, this, you know, Suno is allowing me to finish the work that I've been working over 3 decades on. Just like your
Wow.
situation too. It's helped you bring out the stuff that, you know, oh, and then, you know, I signed a major deal back in the day, and then they owned my likeness for so many years.
Oh
I had to do
no.
what Prince did and make my name a symbol, Phoenix Benjamin, the P and the B, reverse P, for so
Ah.
many years. And I just got my rights back like 7 years ago.
Wow.
And then the
Wow.
last person who was part of that contract, who was still had his foot down on me, well, he died 6 months ago. I got everything, access to everything and myself back.
Wow.
Now it's like with Suno, I ain't holding back. It's all coming out.
Wow. Wow.
You
Do you
know,
want to give us some advice here? Because we have a lot of the young uns, and I mean like the teens, mid-teens, and they're thinking of signing with some of these labels. Any
don't
advice? Any advice for them?
man, back in 94, 96, I had my posters hanging up in Tower Records on Sunset Boulevard. You know
Crazy.
what I mean? And then I got wind of everything, and I got out of my record deal back then, and then everything collapsed and everything changed. And since then, I've been pushing staying independent.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That was the way to go. And I was like, no more putting out records, put out singles. You get more
Yeah.
royalties on a single than you do for a whole record. And that's how it's been for me, you know? And
Mm.
that's what I've been teaching people, is to go independent all the way. You don't need to, yes, you need to learn, you need to know your craft, but you also need to be open and meet people. You need to be approachable. You need to know what you're talking about, or people aren't going to want to deal with you. You
Yeah.
know, everybody thinks they're a rock star, but that don't matter. It's like DJ Stell said, the amount of demos that I get is garbage, you know, and it's and because they're lost on the social media, thinking that's what it needs to do. They're going to
Yeah.
ruin their career before it even started, and that's it. And like I said, I approach this. This is a tool, and since I'm partially, got a handicap now, this is allowing me to recover.
Mm.
I have not been so alive in the last 6 months. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Once I was able to move around, it's like the last 6 months I've been able to move around, and
Wow.
I have a love for the music again. And since then, my whole career, I've been telling people, oh, music business, it's a love, hate, love relationship. I no
Mm.
longer can say that no more. I love what I do. I love being blessed by Yahoo and these opportunities and these tools. For the first time, I'm able to hear all my music. Last night, 3 nights ago, it was very emotional for me to
Oh
sit
wow.
back and listen to 140 songs complete, ready to go. And because of the major labels and holding them down, all my stuff from the past, I couldn't even remember them. You know what I
Wow.
mean? And now I got it all back, and now I've got a whole new swing to everything.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
But then, that opens the door. You know, you can't play this Suno as a game. You got to know how to talk to
Mm.
the AI. And I communicate with the AI as a real Grammy producer. I know how to communicate to it, just like, DJ Stealth said. You need to know how to talk to it to get what you need out of it. It'll do what you want. Well, you've heard the end results. It
Mm.
provides
Oh yeah.
quality that's mind
Crazy.
blowing. And
Crazy.
like I said, what you put in is what you get out. Anybody can put a prompt. And I told you last week that I was writing a book on how to
Yeah.
produce
Hmm.
music. I sent you the cover of it.
Yeah.
And and while everybody's showing how I got this, this prompt book or this. That's all a waste of time. They're just prompting garbage, you know. So and but like I said, I got a love for the art again, and for
Mm.
myself, and a new whole mission in life. You
Oh
know,
wow.
I don't. You know,
Wow.
I'm 55, man. It's like I don't need to take a stage anymore and be that rock star anymore.
Mm.
But I am open to touring the world and with talk about my experiences and my story and spin my whole catalog. You know what I
Absolutely. I
mean?
hope
Then
you
I got
put that
huh?
link in there, Phoenix. Let people know how they. I want people to go to your channel. Like, put that link when you get a moment in the chat. But this is such a compelling story, and honestly, the book. I cannot wait to know how you did what you did, because all that stuff I listened to, it didn't sound like not a single
Mm-mm.
artifact. Do you want to? Do you
No.
want to tell? You want to tell the young uns how you did what you did? Just you don't have to spill it all. Just a
Well,
little.
they need to pick up the book when it's available. So I need another couple of weeks
Cliffhanger.
to make sure everything is tight on it. But
Good.
it's going to be magical. I'm going to piss off the industry once I do this again. But I'm good at that, you know.
Oh, dear.
So and like I
We're in
said,
business.
it's it's about Yahoo and not me now in life. You know what I mean? And I love every minute that I'm blessed to still be alive.
What a story, man. I cannot wait to see the book. Cannot wait to have you back on so that we play some of the music. And it's quite a relief to know that we won't be getting like strikes from people if we feature you on the channel with Rick Beato getting all these strikes. We won't be getting any of
Yeah.
these crazy strikes from these people.
Hey,
But
Rick's a nice guy. He's really cool.
oh
I
yeah,
bumped I bumped him
absolutely.
to a few times, and he's a really good guy.
Ah, he's doing a lot for the community,
Hmm.
elevating a lot. But I know Rick is not that enthused about how AI is
No,
being used by most
he don't.
people, and that's that's where we as the creatives. It's funny because there's a difference between being a full-blooded musician with zero tolerance. You know about my taxonomy. I have level 0.
Hmm.
So a lot of people at that level 0. And honestly, Phoenix, in the rock world, I see a lot of folks at level 0, like
Hmm.
zero tolerance. So you are an anomaly. So I'm curious to know what your peers are saying from the rock world about
I
all of
don't
this.
know. I don't talk to him. I,
You, you,
I
yeah,
don't. I'm not.
you haven't run
You're.
into Alice or any of those guys.
No, I haven't seen Alice Cooper in a few years now. Um, but like I said, I'm keeping this on a down low right now while this is playing
Gotcha,
out. Like I said,
gotcha.
once the book and everything comes out, it's going to be hard. I'm going to be hated all over again
You're gonna be
because
loved
I am
by
going.
more. Trust
I
me,
think
you're
it's
gonna
going to
be
wreck a
loved.
system, and but like I says, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's
Oh, of
how
course
you
not.
communicate to
Absolutely
the thing, but it also anybody can write a prompt.
true.
But if you don't have talent, that prompt's not going to mean a thing. So it
That's
starts
true.
with your song. It starts with your lyrics. You need to know how to write a song. You need to know how to tell a story because a song is just not a poem. A poem is a poem.
Mm.
A poem anybody can splurt out when they're, you know what I mean, whenever. But a
Yes,
song takes you on a journey,
that's true.
and
Yeah,
when you can click with somebody and they can join that story and listen to it, that's when you change lives. When people can
absolutely,
relate to it. And that's
absolutely.
also
Yeah.
and also the AI. It needs that. It needs that,
Mm.
and then it needs you to direct it. Because I'm also a studio musician, part of AFM in Nashville, and I'm a Nashville, session, player also. We do stuff in record time that nowhere around the world operates like that. I mean,
Mhm.
you talk about, okay, what's your demo? Let me hear your demo, dude. Believe it or not, they don't even play the song the full length. They'll listen to it for 30 seconds. Okay, I'm good. No, wait, no, you're not good. You haven't heard what I want you to hear. They don't need
That's
to hear it.
true.
It's what's right for
Uh,
the song, not what you want. And that's the
mm.
same with AI. You got to know how to build. You know how to it's more than theory. It's
That's
what's
right.
right for the song, and you're talking to the AI like it's a Nashville studio musician. You got to say the right word for it to do what you want it to do. And it's not just putting a
Mm.
prompt and pushing. Okay, commit. Once you get that, you got to send it back. You got to give it more adjustments and more instructions. It's not a one-off.
Mm.
Boom. You know, you're crafting it. and that's what it's all about.
I love that analogy. I cannot wait for the book to come out. Let's see what a few of our friends are saying on the air. So thank you for that, Phoenix Benjamin. We got
Well,
Jinal saying, I've been busy, try to watch every video. Thank you. Thank you very much. Stemming out my tracks and downloading my music from Suno. Very wise, very wise. Hey old drums. I make my beats on Serato Studio, upload to Suno to remix. Good, good. Welcome, Minx Motion. Good to see you again tonight. I hope you're enjoying the interview. Argino, if I upload a beat I created 100%, write 100% of my lyrics, but Suno does the vocals, can I copyright the whole song? Did you write the lyric? Okay, you wrote the lyrics. Yeah, you wrote the lyrics. So Suno provided the melody. So that's what would you say about that, Phoenix?
well, that's another part of the game that's going around, that people just, they want to jump on something they don't know about before they really pay attention to what's going on. You don't have, to copyright something. A copyright is issued. I mean, every time, once you make a tangible product, once it's recorded and it's manifested in tangible form, it's copyrighted, protected, right there. You don't need to file a piece of paper or this or that, unless it's going on radio or in a movie. No, we're talking about streaming. That's what's up right now. They send
Right.
you the check directly. You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
But if you do the wrong thing, you might, have to see a lawyer and pay some money out. But, if your stuff is right, what you got?
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
but see, I create beats too. This is one of my secrets here. You see that? I got a drum set right here, rolling
hang on a
TD-30.
hang on a second. I'm gonna try to zero
Okay.
in on you. Let's try to zero in. Let me. I want everyone to see what you're doing. Hang on a second. How do I? Okay, give me a second. Let me take my.
You catch that?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to see what kind of drum kit that is. That a Roland, like one of the
Yes,
electric
that's
drum? Ah,
yeah, that's a Roland TD-30 with a Slate Pro Audio Pearl Mimic drum brain and live
ah.
cymbals. And then, I got my amps and all my guitars behind me right there. And then that's the control room back there. And I've got Slate Pro Audio Dual Ravens and VRS8 24 track Studio plus Pro Tools HD. And
Wow, that's
then a Pioneer SP16 live sampler and a Roland Phantom 6.
oh, a Phantom. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't know you played keys as well.
I cannot. I can fake it, but like I said, it's a tool. And like I said, combinations. I'll create something, then I'll pull that in, and then I can work it. Like I said, because of the accident, and I got a monkey foot now. There's only so much I could do, but then I do what I do. It's the way you arrange things and put it together, and
Mm,
then the AI will tighten it up. But if you put in garbage, it's going to spit out garbage. You know
right.
what I mean? So it's like I says, I've been doing this my entire life, and for me, it's effortless. And then people think, oh, I'm going to go do this, and they spend about 5 minutes on this. No, to do a song properly, I'm spending, it takes a few hours to produce a good song. You know what I mean?
It does. Yep, that's right.
So, and like I says, where the quality that you're hearing, I might have 10 to 12 hours on one song, and maybe
I,
sometimes even longer, depending on which one it is. And then I might have 30 or 40 different versions before I get to where I need.
that's
Like I
wild.
says, it's communication. And
Mm,
there's nobody out teaching me how to talk to AI. I've just had to figure it out myself. Because at the level I'm at, it's like nobody's going to tell me the tricks. But I know a handful of big artists who's on television. They've been using this for a few years now.
I think it's
And
been out a long time.
yes, and I'm not going to be on the end of that train. No, it's not happening.
Mm-mm.
So,
Great,
We
great
want to lead
perspective.
this train. I wish we could develop our own Suno.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. And we just need to keep looking for people who can join in and do it, because this music we've got, we can definitely feed it with some of the genres we've got. I
hmm
play various genres. You guys are capable as well. We just hope that we get an open source
Are you?
Suno level product.
Did you hear yet about the new options on Suno that just opened up with the Suno
Really?
radio? Mm-hmm.
The radio. No, what's that?
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to understand it, but there is obviously a Suno radio thing that could be opening up a whole new market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got genres that you never. It hits every single genre there is.
Thousands of genres. It's a
Yes,
great place to
thousands.
go learn new genres.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And to get good scripts. Like I like going through it just to find like good like genres I've never heard of, and just to be quite frank, just alter the prompt
Right.
and do my own version of all these different genres. I mean, they got
Right.
Hawaiian hip hop. I mean, it's incredible, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Oh
just
yeah.
hope that if they don't see what I think is going to happen, the record company is going to start taxing us, and we're going to have to start giving them half our publishing to use it. See,
Right.
that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. Well, gentlemen, I've got a surprise for our friends on the call, and thank you both for coming on and sharing
Oh,
all this.
thank
So
you,
I
Bill.
hope I hope our friend got a good response as far as the copyright. You see, copyright is not as hard as people make it out to be.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of scams going on. People saying, "Oh, I hope you do copyright your music." You can go to copyright.gov if you're so inclined, but how do you do that for 500 songs, 200
Yeah.
songs? I mean, it's senseless. You can only do 10 at a go on
Mm-hmm.
copyright.gov.
Yeah, it's
So
what,
as you said,
$65 a page, you know what I mean?
it's ridiculous, isn't it? And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, your music, if you truly did, you got all that proof, you got all the timestamps.
Mm-hmm.
Until WMG came in, I was banking heavily on my song tracks that I put into Suno as proof because they're time stamped. So I'm a little bit reluctant to delete all of my stuff right now. I don't want to delete all of it, especially my prompts that I put in to prove anything. So I'm in that wait and see mode. But I like your perspective, Phoenix Benjamin, because you are very positive and optimistic about the WMG entry. So give
Right.
us some more insights. What are you thinking when you see WMG? You're not seeing them as a crazy threat or anything.
No,
You're seeing them as validation.
yes, I see them as, you know, we are a force to be reckoned with. They can't ignore us anymore and brush us off. We're going to be around. Suno's going to keep working for us, or within a few months, we're going to be able to create our own.
That's true. I truly believe that. I know, I don't want to say which
And
country,
then,
everyone gets sensitive, but I know some countries are working on their own feverishly for
yeah,
sure.
and then, like I says, I have a bona fide real studio. You can't stop me from making what I want.
Absolutely.
Like I say, Suno's a
Absolutely.
tool. It's not going to stop me.
I love that perspective. And honestly, I asked myself yesterday, what would I do if I couldn't use Suno anymore because of the grip of the big three? And I said, I'll find ways. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the advantages of being a musician. You're not scared of not having something like Suno. You would find a way. Actually, what Suno has done is fired me up more to want to
Yeah,
help people who are truly serious about learning music.
exactly. And then,
I
like I
want to
said, the
help
point about my book is like for artists that's been through a life-changing situation like myself, and when we thought that our career was over. I mean, emotional because since that accident, it's like I've written 4 songs about my accident. And I was listening to the
Wow.
masters the other day, and I was very emotional because I realized
Mm.
20 seconds before that accident, I'm on my way home from the tattoo studio. And I said, Yahuwah, I'm ready for my life to change. Please change my life. 20 seconds later, I was ran over walking through the crosswalk.
Oh my
I died
gosh.
14 minutes and came back. And it's no doubt about it.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, this tool's been put in my hand. My old contracts have ended, and I got my stuff back. You know, I never thought there's no way in the world I thought I'd ever hear a lot of those songs.
Wow. Those songs are killer, though. The ones that I heard.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
excited because I want the world to hear them.
Thank
and of
you.
course, I'm biased about the one about London, so I'm biased about that one. But I want the world to hear them. I'm really excited for you, my brother.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. DJ Stell said, "Be out of mad because."
Hey, staying in the industry, staying involvement.
Look at his eyes, man. He looks like he's about to cry when he talks about it. All musical instruments and all that stuff is about to be obsolete and kind of, because he can still play. And like Suno, it's great, but real musicians like you guys, I would love to be able to use. It's just shit I can't afford. I can't afford a lot of the guys I want to use, Bob James and you guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So real musicians, you'll always have work, but the ones that suck, go get a job, man. I'll teach you guys how to go get a guard card. Shit, I got one. You never, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, it's gonna put a lot of musical equipment out of business. It's gonna put a lot of engineers. It's gonna put a lot of people out of business because it nipped everything in the butt. But if you're great, it won't put you out of business. If you suck, it's gonna make it harder.
And you know what a lot of people fail to realize is it's in the mind. Look, we got this one from Project Laboratory Music. I'm moving to Suno Studio soon. I'm really looking forward to it. How's it been for you guys? So Suno Studio requires a lot of staying in there, being persistent. You heard what Phoenix said. You gotta sometimes do up to 30, 40 iterations of a song and refuse to go with any. Like for me, the moment I hear something that
it's gone.
It's gone. Bin immediately, and that needs to be your disposition. Otherwise, you're going to release garbage. Don't be sucked into, oh, but this part sounds really good. No, don't let it live. Kill it while it's, you can still get a hold of it before it goes into your pipeline, and then people are hearing stuff that doesn't sound good. Don't do that. So Stealth, have you used Studio or pretty much just version 5 on 4.5?
It's just too much work right now. Like, I like what it can do, but it returning the stems all off beat and stuff like that, it's just too much work. I might as well just go back to an MPC or Commodore or something like that. It's too much work. But the concept, this is what's going to happen, guys. I think Pro Tools and all them guys are going to Suno's going to be inside of them because they have better coding. Yep. And whoever can code that thing right, it's an incredible idea. I mean, how we could just hire musicians, and what they need to do is be like, okay, I want Bob James on the keys. I want Ron Carter on the bass. And when we can get to that, that's going to be fire. But that's why we're going to develop our own AI where we can do that. See, we need to learn LM Studio and run our own AI to where we can put our own musicians in theory on the different parts of the instruments, and that's the next level of this. That's the next level.
You know Warner and UMG and Sony already fixing to do that. In fact, I think you're giving them ideas. I don't even know if they thought of that.
Yes. Listen, they're going to buy all this stuff up and not have us do it. They're going to put us out of business. When the record companies buy Suno, where we can't use it, we're done. And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to buy these AI companies so they don't need musicians. They don't need artists. They don't need engineers. You think about that, and all you idiots out there pushing this, I don't want to hear shit when that happens. I don't want to hear shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss. I don't want to hear anything. I get so mad about it. When these record companies buy all these AI programs and you're back to doing them whack 4-track beats, don't say nothing. And then nobody's going to buy it because you're not going to be able to compete with the AI that they got out already. So stop it.
That's true.
and
Here we got this one from.
Hey, real producers don't care. Timbaland likes it.
That's true.
That girl that plays the bass, Mohini, she likes
Mohini,
it. the big guys, us big guys aren't worried about it. You guys are the weak that are worried about it. So get better than AI and stop crying.
He said it. He said it. He preaching.
Stop crying. Yeah, I'll tell them. See, you guys, like, I'm not PC. All right, stop crying about it. Because when they buy it, because watch what the next deals be. Wait till Sony clamp down and wait till Universal clamp down. Suno. They're gonna buy it and we're not gonna be able to use it, and then we're all screwed. But I don't care because I listen to Phil and I put out 200 songs since I met Phil.
Wow.
And thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Pleasure.
I learned all my prompting. You guys go to his websites and get that prompt generator, and you guys get on top of this because what did I say? Didn't I call it, Phil? Didn't I tell you to download all this stuff? I told you guys to do it. I'm in this stuff. I was in those meetings. I know how they think because I'm one of those. I come from an executive mind state. I'm past the music producer phase. I'm on the executive. I was with Jimmy and with Kevin Black and with Warner and Disney and every person you could think of. My catalog is in Sony right now. I'm on the Orchard. They own. Sony owns the Orchard. Right, so I'm investing in this, guys.
And you've been flagged. You've been flagged on your own music on YouTube, haven't you, for playing your own stuff? You've been flagged.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah, so they own it. Well, like, which is crap because if it's my music, I should be able to release through it. And I even went to the Orchard, and the Orchard told me how to do it through them, but I can't figure it out, man. So
it's like rocket science for them.
Release our own stuff, our own videos. I can't do no videos to support my records. Right.
Oh, no.
So we need to fix that. The Orchard and YouTube.
That's crazy stuff. Let's take a listen to some of our friends out there. So we have Blake. Blake, how you doing? Blake says, doesn't Suno rewrite your melody every time? It actually doesn't. There are ways if you persist and you give it a very decent audio prompt with your melody. It does. I mean, I've done some really insanely complex melodies and it stayed right on it. So you got to crank up the audio influence. You got to give it the prompts that it needs. And yeah, I've always done stuff as one-shot deals because it can't. It actually can. So I don't know how much you're bumping up the audio influence, but I've done some crazy. I've done like 10 key changes on some really crazy a cappella stuff. Yeah, go listen to my NeoGrit. Yeah, that takes six kind of stuff. And it follows.
Chord changes, man. Wow. Y'all better get some lessons from this guy. This guy got chords that I don't even know what they are.
Oh yeah. It's as a result of listening to my guys. It's Take Six. I grew up on Take Six when I was much younger, and I was able to decipher. I love those guys.
And you got to work with them, man. Wow.
Well, they got to listen to 10 remixes I did of their Grammy Award winning Spread Love. It's there on the Take Six Spread Love podcast for anyone who cares to listen. Nice, but yeah, it doesn't rewrite your melody though. So what has your experience been? And I know you sing a lot of your stuff, Phoenix, but what have you tried to get Suno to do your melodies?
It's like I said, it is a type of a prompt, but it's talking to the AI in that prompt as a professional music producer. If you don't know the lingo, you don't know what to say. It's not going to give you what you want, but you say the right thing, it's going to deliver, and it delivers
isn't
good.
That crazy? Phoenix, let me ask you this, and Stealth, let me ask you this. Do you think, okay, the people at Suno, how do they get that tool to be so smart? It's too smart.
Because
I know they're training off of us, I'm telling you. Yes. They say they're not, but they're training off of us, and everything that we put in there, it's using it in an algorithm, I bet you. And that's Mikey
said that they're not using, and I can believe that because there's a lot of garbage going in, obviously, but he said they're not using what's going in to train. So it must be solid before, because Suno wasn't this good like earlier. It seems like they keep training it on some new ideas, but don't forget they got musicians. They got musicians working there though.
Yeah, so they've got some of the best working on that team.
Yeah,
look, like I said, Timberland being a part of it, that was a no-brainer for me. I was like, hey, I'm on that team. You know what I mean?
That radio sounds better than regular radio. I'm just telling you guys, like the stuff that's coming out of Suno is sounding better than the Billboard top 100 and 200. And
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that's in the charts right now is AI. So let's talk
It
about
is
that.
AI.
Are you guys hating on AI? #1 country. And I hear it in a lot of stuff because now I can hear that high-end ring and the drums and all that.
Mhm.
So I can hear what is AI now, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a lot of stuff in the charts right now with AI. So guys, get used to it. We ain't going nowhere. And if they go somewhere, we're going to train our own Suno with our own music. Because between us three, we got all genres covered. We could train
That's
our
right.
own AI. How about that?
That's true.
That's what I've done. I've trained my AI, and you know, I've cloned myself in different off of my, you know, because every time when, like I say, when you work with Chat GPT, you're training it. It's just
That's
like
true.
Suno. If you don't know how to talk to it, it's going to give you garbage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and the more you work with it, the more it learns from you.
Yep.
And that's what, you know, and then, you know, like I said, I was major in the back in the day. My records are out there. Yeah, so what if they scrape me? I don't care.
And guess
I
what?
just know how to get me pulled back into Suno.
There you go.
Once we learn how to use, and I hope you do a video on this, LM Studio, we'll be able to make our own AI because they have AIs that you can use on there. That's Chat GPT Unlimited, meaning you can ask Chat GPT all that stuff that it won't answer on LM Studio. It will answer those questions. Okay, like I want to sound like this person, this single. It will do that, and all kind of other crazy stuff. And I'll leave it at that.
But plus, I'm not using the free version of Chat GPT. I'm a subscriber, so
you got to use
likewise.
that uncensored version. I'm telling you, use that uncensored version on LM Studio, and it unlocks, I would say, 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Who owns LM Studio? LMstudio.ai.
Cal Berkeley. I think it's Cal Berkeley, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
So it's nothing illegal. If you need LM Arenas, where you can go get your free video and free pictures, you know, like the graphics, and then you can use the other one, and you can run about 30 different LLMs. So you can like run 100 different Chat GPTs, and I'm telling you, use that Chat GPT that's uncensored. I'm telling
that's
you,
crazy. I just put it in there. I put it in the chat. Thanks. I appreciate that, Stealth.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you some jewels. And then go buy his book, you guys, because I'm gonna give up a little free jewels, but go buy his book. And guys, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys share, because this guy taught me everything. Seriously, he brought me out of depression. Okay.
Wow.
I didn't want to do music no more till he came in here. Phil came in here and showed me what Suno was and how to prompt correctly. So guys, thank you, Phil. This guy gonna blow up, man. So you guys, man, make sure you guys subscribe, man.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. We got one from Mink's Motion Studio. So I hear a lot of this. If we write our own lyrics and use Suno to develop the song, what do you figure will happen with that song now with Suno WMG? Nothing. So these folks aren't looking for small fry. They're looking for entire organizations like Suno itself. Your song is your song, but if they really want your pound of flesh, they're going to get it through the subscription. They're going to take a chunk of what, maybe 50%. So you're giving Suno $12 or $18. Well, they take 6 of it. They're still reaching you. Then they don't want your song. What they want is a piece of what your song is going to generate, and they're going to get that paper through Suno. So there's no fear. If you wrote the song yourself, you wrote the lyrics, I really wouldn't fret,
And then another thing is being honest when you're putting it out there too. If you're using AI, don't lie to the distributors.
Right.
Be honest. Say, hey, I used AI in the making of this.
Right. Absolutely.
I disagree with that one.
You got to tell them, because they're going to flag it anyway. Like Deezer.
They've all got
No. Spotify don't flag. Only one that flags is Deezer.
Yeah,
Deezer's the only one that. But Apple Music and Spotify does not flag, and I don't know how Deezer even does it. But we need to figure it out so how we can defeat it.
It's coming.
I'm not on Deezer or Spotify. I'm against Spotify, and there's about 5 companies that I uncheck out of my distribution. Ain't even going to them. Yeah, and then the rest of them, I'm just being straightforward. It's like, yes, I used AI tools in this production.
So
That's it.
give us the download about why you uncheck those ones. Maybe it can help someone else.
Because they're the ones behind this pushing it to takedowns for takedowns.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha. And what I like about that is we all have
But
different
we'll know.
perspectives.
We'll know.
And
I don't have, December 10th is when the first stuff comes out. So we'll know
got
how long it holds up.
yeah,
But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
I'm
for
like I said,
me,
I was just being honest with this first release, and I'm not
mm,
playing around,
absolutely, yeah,
and it doesn't
you
matter to me because, hey,
depending on who you're going through, you might have to disclose it or not. Like DistroKid doesn't have tell us if you use AI or not. They don't have that. And it
right,
becomes very complicated. So there was an album I did very recently. It's avant-garde piano, way out crazy jazz. I had about 6 or 7 tracks. I use a little bit of Suno. So what I did, I played the piano, I gave it to Suno to give its own interpretation, and I got really angry with it. I'm like, you're trying to upstage me. So I now jump on the piano. I crank out 3 tracks myself. No, I'm using my Steinway VST. I crank out 3 tracks and I put them all together. 3 from Suno, 3 from me. And then Deezer said, "Well, this album is AI." I'm like, "Wow, you didn't even say that 2 of the tracks or 3 of the tracks were AI. You said the whole album has AI tracks." So if anyone is looking to release, I go by what you were saying about singles. It would have made more sense to have
yeah,
singles that are non AI. But anyway, I've
mhm,
learned my lesson. So if you really don't want AI stamped all over it on Deezer, because my music is all on Deezer, I didn't uncheck it, but it's food for
right,
thought. So I'm going back to Mixed Motion's question. What will happen with that? No, they're not looking to eat from us. They're not looking. But I know many of you are here for the AI survival, and I want to talk to that real quick. Hey, I've got a treat for you. Go on down to philc.net. I tell you, folks, I always have you covered. I'm always thinking about you guys, trying to find a way of making things work for you. So guess what I've got? I have a coach, an AI coach that is going to help you with your targets for 2026. I call it the AI Survival Coach. AI Survival Coach. I'm going to put this in the chat. So all you need to do is put in your information, right? Go into philc.net, look under the menu. Let's put that in there. Look under the menu for 2026 AI Survival Coach, and then click on this link, and then it's going to open up a window, and you have to be logged into Google to use it. My mind tells me you guys and girls need to be resilient. You kind of heard what Stealth and Phoenix are saying. You got to be like a savage in this industry. You can't afford to be a little flake crying at stuff. So I need you to be resilient. I need you to make up your mind that no matter what happens to Suno, I am battle ready. That needs to be your mindset.
hmm,
And to help you with that, I've got here a coach. You select your profile. So let's say you're into hip hop, rap, whatever you're into, you select it from the drop down. And then are you established? Are you independent? Are you a producer? Are you a hobbyist? Whatever you are, just click on that. And then which tools do you use? A lot of you are going to be Suno. Udio, maybe not so much, but let's put that in there just for fun. And then it's going to give you your action plan when you hit generate my survival guide, and it's going to give you its 2 cents based on the latest industry news. And there you have it. So it's telling me what I need to do based on the most recent news concerning WMG Udio, WMG Suno, and it's going to keep on adding Sony and all the others as they end up, and it's going to tell you what to do. Look at this one: anchor your sound with human performance. Isn't that
hmm,
what you heard from us tonight? Counter the inevitable saturation of AI generated rap by focusing on the irreplaceable human element. So if you're into that genre, the audience and Stealth, you can talk to this. They're very unforgiving. If you're getting, they're actually unforgiving if you're getting a ghostwriter. How much more if you're
hmm,
getting AI to rap? They're going to be very unforgiving. Want to
right,
speak to that, Stealth?
I mean, I'm glad you're doing that mental health thing, man, because a lot of us musicians, man, like depression is big, a lot of
yeah,
narcissism. We got a lot of mental issues to go through. And it's just like I said, everybody that I hear complaining about AI is the not so great, like not even the B listers, like the C listers.
Yeah.
And like I said, and some of these people are great musicians, but like I tell them, it's more than being a musician. You got to think like a producer, you got to think like a record label, or you might as well go get a real job because it is tough right now. I mean, Sylvia Rohn just left Sony, and it's about to get real lean. So guys, please listen to these guys and go get his book and go on that website and feel and check me out and like listen to us guys who's been in it. I'm 53. These other guys, we're older. We've been there. We've done that. Yep. I was touring since I was 18 with Eazy-E, okay? Like, I worked in all the big major record labels. I've been there. I got Lady Gaga's demo, all right? I helped break a lot of people and a lot of famous people like Dre and a lot of people. They gave it to us to listen to this stuff. So I'm listening from a professional ear. You guys got to have great music, great promotion, and have friends like this. Because if it wasn't me just like really studying, you got to study, practice, execute. I'm on YouTube. I'm not playing video games. I'm not doing anything like that. You got to dedicate yourself to music, and then music will work. Other than that, AI is going to eat you up. The companies are going to buy AI, and then we're all screwed. So like I said, guys, we've done this. And you guys lucky to be getting this information because we usually charge $500 an hour to consult and things like that. So take heed to this, you guys. And you guys can always come to me anytime, email me, or come to Phil or Phoenix. We got your back, man. I love AI.
We got you.
I love AI, and I want to develop an AI with these guys. You know what I mean? Seriously, where we can pull our own catalog into it, and then other people, and it'd be like a pool of music, a pool of music. So that's what we need to do.
That's gonna happen. We should do that.
Absolutely,
great idea.
And I know a lot of the other creatives on here will probably be interested in that. KP is one who's always been faithful on this channel, helping people. KP, how you doing? A little bit late. No problem. We got a lot of our friends here tonight. I still use it, but I stem it out to Pro Tools, and that's absolutely okay. One of the things frustrated me very recently. I stemmed out this track, did all the hard work, hours and hours, 10 hours of work on this track, only for Deezer to say, it's AI. It totally disregarded everything I did in my DAW, but that's life. That is,
but how does it know? See, we need to figure that out. Does Suno sell them a code? Because I think Suno, what I heard is that Suno does put like high frequency and low frequencies in these things.
Yeah, it's called poisoning.
And then they sell the encoder to Deezer to tell on us. So Suno, if you're doing that, you're wrong. How does Deezer know? How does Deezer know?
Deezer developed their tool. They developed their tool.
How though? Like, think about it. How can
So the same way the machine learning is able to learn songs is able to learn the fingerprinting techniques, because Suno has a fingerprint on your work.
But see, it's no different than the same fingerprint as when Lander does your mastering.
Yeah,
it's the same fingerprint.
See, you know what I mean? That.
So it's like it doesn't know exactly what was what.
So Lander encodes. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
and so does a lot of like I said, I use Slate Pro Audio, in my multi-track studio, and like I said, I've been using the AI and that for mastering for the last couple of years. Also,
do you use Lander or do you just use Ozone or something else?
I just signed with Lander the other day.
Okay, cool.
And because it's looking like it's the best option right now.
It's consistent. You could put 20 songs in there. You could put that's what I do. I put all 20 songs in there, and it will level that thing out better than my skills at mixing and mastering. I'm just keeping it real, and I've been doing this a long time.
Thank you, man. Thank you for keeping it real, because a lot of people don't want to keep it real.
No. I used to okay, I'm going to get all these plug-ins. I can't make it sound better than Lander, so guess what? And I can't make it consistent as Lander. So that's why I do 20 songs at once every Friday.
Me too.
That's the most you can do. Okay? Dump them things right in Lander, and it sounds, listen to my stuff. It sounds even, all 200 of my songs sound the same, but sonically. I hope it's not the same.
But also, like in Suno, if you communicate to the AI, it will master your stuff too. It does your mixes. But like I said, I'm working it. I'm working it just like I'm in
Mm.
Nashville in the studio, working with an engineer. I'm talking to the AI just like I'm talking to an engineer in the studio when I'm producing something.
I cannot wait for that book, Phoenix, and I cannot wait for some behind the scenes videos. You gotta keep doing some videos, man, about let people see it unfold in the studio
Well,
when the time comes.
maybe we can do that as a joint thing. You know what I mean? Because
Ah,
that's
for
one of
sure,
my.
for
Let's
sure.
do a
That would be
live
great.
jam. Why don't we
Yeah,
do a
let's do
live
it.
jam?
Let's do it. Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna have to
Yeah,
bring
for
out my
sure.
bass.
I
That
got
would
a
be
Fender
cool.
Precision right here.
Oh man, I got the P bass, man. Real
Yeah.
musicians, guys. These guys are real musicians, man. So respect to all the real musicians that's not worried about AI taking our jobs. Because I don't care. It can copy us, but it can't improvise and solo like real musicians. It can't do
That's
that
true.
Right.
yet. I haven't
That's
heard of like
true.
a hell of a solo out of Suno yet. Have you guys? Have
Mm-mm.
you heard it do a solo on its own that was good?
Nope.
It's
No,
you you can you can you can prompt it to do good, but
no.
you
Well, like I said,
still
it had to start with my solo first.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. So out
You
the
know.
yeah.
box is can't you can't be like give me a bass solo like Stanley Clark. It's not going to do it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So we
No.
still need real musicians
Yeah.
like you guys. So if you guys are complaining, and I hate to say this about Beto or whatever his name, because you and your son are some of the most talented people I ever
Oh
seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because whoever
insanely.
got perfect pitch like that is crazy.
Yeah. Oh
Them guys
yeah,
could
yeah.
call out chords. Like I'm not that
Dylan
good. Them
Dylan
guys,
is Dylan is something
Yeah.
else.
man,
Yeah,
they got
he's
incredible ears. Rick, you
I was scared when I saw that kid just giving all the notes in some of the craziest chords his dad was playing. Insane.
man, then
I
that's
can't do
father and
that.
son team. But I bet you incredible. But Rick, stop tripping, man. People still gonna book you, man. People still
Yeah.
need great musicians. But yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna cut into a lot of mixing and mastering and a lot of BS.
Mm-hmm.
If one wanted to keep it real, AI is not your enemy.
Nope.
Nope.
AI in the hands of a capable producer who is on par with you could be your collaborator. I don't even like this
Yeah.
whole enemy thing. Enemy that I don't see it as that. Any producer who is great, whether they are at your level or above, they're a potential mentor, potential coach, potential collaborator. So I just see AI the same way. I just see AI as something that can help you get to the next level. So let's see, lyrics and cultural language like ebonics and lyrical content help. Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff does help as well. Thank you for coming through. Got another friend of ours here, Oyana Rosa. Thank you for coming through and all the comments. Let's see. So let's go back to where we were. So I know lots of you are worried about 2026, but that's why I gave you this tool, right? So use this tool to understand the way forward. And then on top of that, I wanted to share some fast facts with you in this survival journey. So the landscape has changed, right? We understand what Warner has done. We understand that UMG and Sony are coming. But if I was going to give you like the top of the waves, I would say be aware of the deprecation event that's coming because once they get rid of version 5, version 4, you will never be able to prompt like that ever again. In fact,
Right.
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what's going to happen next year. So if you want to create some real crazy hits, bangers, maybe you want to fuse two different genres, now's your time to go crazy and
Mm-hmm.
experiment because I don't know what's going to happen next year with this deprecation. So the term deprecation is buried in the settlement agreements between the big three. Current unlicensed models will be phased out. They call them
Yeah.
unlicensed models. So version 5 is unlicensed, 4.5 is unlicensed. All that stuff that you can do, I don't know how many restrictions Warner and UMG and Sony are going to put on these models. Whether you like it or not, they are going to put some restrictions. So your music will be downloadable, but as far as the system that you used to create it, you will not be able to access it anymore. Like version 5, everyone's getting excited about, is going to go away. I don't know what the new version will have in store. And don't forget the dynamics in business. There's going to be some hostile takeovers in some of these companies where there could be a rebranding of the company, changing entirely the landscape. So don't feel that it's all going to be hunky dory. No, it could change at the drop of a hat next year. So, the whole thing that happened with Udio, it could be a sign of things to come for those who have common sense. So Here's an example of a creator who waited too long. This guy spent 18 months building a catalog, had over 200 AI tracks on version 3, had a lot of stuff, and then they were planning to release an album in Q2. They kept everything in their Suno library, no downloads, no backups. And just imagine 2026 March, they said the version 5 model and all that stuff is deprecated. And the problem with Alex, he was on a free tier. Right now, went into Suno, and Suno said, "Well, if you want to download this stuff, you could, and if you pay for a subscription, you could actually download these tracks." So some of these tracks that you have that will be held hostage, now is the time. Don't wait till 2026.
Right.
So imagine Alex downloads 82 tracks, and he has 180 tracks now behind legacy access paywall. Don't be foolish. Go in there and download. Export everything now, not tomorrow, not next week. You heard what Stealth said. 200, is it 200 a week that you've been doing, or
No,
100 a week?
20 songs a week of different genres. So like I said, when you guys have time, please go to The Beatologist on any platform, TheBeatologist, and just give me some feedback, guys, because it's old stuff on there. Then tell me if you like the old stuff better than the new stuff. If you like the old stuff, I'll stop using AI. How about that? Because we don't need it. See, you're talking to real musicians and producers.
That's true.
We don't have to have it, but I'm not going to front. Like, it's taking me to levels I didn't think I can get to, and I'm just being
with this
Right.
kind of money, Gordon, because we know the kind of money we would have had to pay to rent those studios.
Thousands. When I worked at Cube,
5 to 10.
paid 500 a musician, and then it cost another like couple thousand to get it mixed. So just the musicians, and I was charging 10,000 a beat. So you would at least have to have 30,000 per single to get a decent song and use the top musicians. I don't have 30,000. Shit.
Nashville, 5,000 to 10,000 per single.
Shouts out to the new member.
We got a new member. Let's see who joined. Who's that? Thank you for shouting out. Oh, okay.
Thank you guys, man. Make sure you guys join, man. Join.
Thank you for coming through.
10,000.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Welcome. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. We're looking for people to join. You see, at the same time, I try to put out a lot of this stuff for free. Like this new coach I put out there. Some people would say you got to be on a subscription. Why? No, I put it out for free. I want you to at least have something that you can use to pivot. So the summary of all we're saying tonight, you got to take immediate action, right? You can hear the plans that DJ Stealth has in the pipeline, 20 a week. You can hear what Phoenix has coming down the pike. He's planning. You got to plan. And then the 2 location rule. Don't cry over spilt milk. Keep your stuff on a drive, a physical drive, and have a cloud backup. Don't rely on Suno. Don't rely on any of these other, music providers. Yeah, just keep it in Dropbox. Yeah, that's another good.
As soon as you create it, extract it. That's my rule.
That's a good
put
practice.
It on Dropbox, because laptops get stolen, laptops crash. If it's on Dropbox, you'll always have it. Like my whole catalog of everything that I have on all my computers on Dropbox, because these things can crash and get stolen, especially around here in LA near Skid Row.
And let me just give those of you who are serious about doing this an idea, because I know many of you are like, you're business people and you're trying to do this on the side, but you still want your music. Why don't you go on Fiverr and hire a few people to help you download this stuff? If you don't have time, because it's very intensive. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire some people to download all the other bits and pieces. But the most important stuff, I've already followed the kind of DJ Stealth method. I've been releasing stuff. Like this week, I downloaded over 200 songs just this week alone. And I've been creating music and releasing it. Now, let me let you in on one more secret. I want you to go to TUNEE while you can. You'll thank me later, right? Go to TUNEE, TUNEE.AI, and try your hand on TUNEE. I'm just trying to help you. I have no affiliation with them.
Is it even close to Suno?
Oh, my God. Look, that's why I'm saying it.
Okay. I
I
need a backup
I
plan because I'm getting worried.
and that's why. Let me make it clear. Let me make it
Can
clear.
we
And that's
use it
why. That's why.
commercially? Can we use it commercially?
Of course, you can use it commercially.
Oh,
Like
I
I got
gotta ask, man. I gotta ask.
all my stuff. Yeah, and they give you a copyright license as well. Even though their copyright license is just saying this was created by an account. You got to pay. So it's created by an account that has the right to do such and such.
And it's
But if
what,
you
30
haven't
bucks a
been
month?
into tuning, $18. You
Unlimited
can
downloads?
no, it's not unlimited. So you run out of credit. So you get 1,800 credits. But I ran out of credits this month because I did like almost 200 songs on TuneE.
Yeah, I was getting there with Suno.
Yeah, so I appreciate you asking the question if you can, if you it's commercially usable. Yes, it is. But let me put it there one more time because I know a lot of people are freaking out. Now, even though TuneE and Suno do business together, you still can use that stuff. And there's no basis for fear right now. If I were you, I'd go in there and get busy before the end of the year. The other thing about TuneE is their system, I have not caught it hallucinating as much as Suno. True story. So I I really am not that bothered, because I get very good output from both systems, and I'm able to put in an audio prompt. I'm able to put in a textual prompt. And the way GPT is, ChatGPT, this is how TuneE is. You can go back and forth with the tool. So if you haven't used it, I'm just telling you as a friend, you might want to go in there. Actually, let me
Now,
see if I can bring it
now,
up.
now let me ask you this. If you're doing a track and you just say, okay, I want to do the vocals over, is it going to actually regenerate a new track like Suno does? Because I hate that about
Yeah,
Suno. I
it
hate
Yeah.
that.
will. It will.
Yeah, see, they need to fix that. They need to fix
It
that.
will. It will
Yeah.
generate entirely new stuff. And
Yeah, that
actually
sucks.
it'll give you six options in the beginning and say, which of the six do you want? Do you want all of them? And I usually just say all of them. And honestly, at some point though, it's good. I think you will be like, if you give it like stealth, if you give it one of your beats, just give it one of your dry beats. Take it for a test spin and then tell me what you think. I'm very impressed with it. I got to be honest. Very
Okay.
impressed.
I'm, I'm,
So
I'm, I'm going to try it.
yeah, I would highly recommend
I've been
it. But
spoiled on Suno. I've been spoiled on it. That's what I've been using.
I
I'm not going to
and
front.
and honestly, because I love Suno, I don't want it to be like I'm trying to, spoil what they have going on, or I've abandoned ship. I haven't abandoned ship, but you need options. I'm all about plan A and plan B. If you haven't been to TuneE, at least I'm telling you now, don't say, Phil, you should have told me in 2026 when the time comes. I'm telling you now, go there, get busy. It does good work. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the stem separation stuff, yeah, if you have tracks that you've not been able to stem separate in Suno, it's not a problem. You got so many other free alternatives. But I would
Hmm.
recommend going down to the website, AI Survival Coach on philc.net. I'm not going to read all this to you because you can read it yourself. But as far as the AI coach, log into Google, click on the button. It's going to open this up. All the information is yours. I'm not collecting any of this because you can actually just open this up in Google. It's not connected to me in any way. So don't even miss a beat in using it, right? This AI coach. And that's pretty much what I had for tonight. I wanted you to be aware of the options, right? There's TuneE, there's Producer AI, there's many of them, but I would say TuneE. If I was going to choose the next runner up, and you've seen me kind of feature this on the channel, I've featured TuneE, and I said, oh, I don't think there's just one now. There's two great choices. There's Suno and there's TuneE, and if I were you, I would go in there and just look around because you got to be able to pivot. But I know that within a matter of years, UMG, Sony, Warner, they're going to be looking for TuneE next. So go in there and create while you can because they got the long arm of the law, because they're everywhere, aren't they? Aren't they, Stealth? They're worldwide. You know that, Phoenix. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So even in the most remote countries, UMG can send their reps there to rattle their cage a little bit if they if
Mhm.
they feel they're getting a little bit too powerful. Which is why, going back to what Stealth said, we just need to build our own on
Our
data,
own AI.
our own AI
Yep.
based on data that we gave the tool. But we're not going to use any of the Sony stuff.
We
We
don't
can't
Yep.
need
use your Sony stuff.
we don't need it. If they're going to cry about it. Now, let me put this to you guys. If they do that, will you guys, how much publishing would you give? Like, say, for instance, like they come to a deal, but they want some of your publishing. Are you guys willing to give up 50% of your publishing?
Mm-mm.
Think about it,
Zero.
because that's what I think is going to happen. They're gonna like, yeah, you can use our
Yeah.
stuff, but we own half of that song. Will you guys
Yep.
still use it then? Think
No.
about it, because that's what they're going to do. Remember how I predicted
Mm-mm.
this, Phil? Watch, they're
Yeah.
going to tag our publishing
You,
for about
you
50%.
know. You know, because you worked with these people. You know how they
That's
think.
what I would do. If I was sitting at the
Yeah.
top, I'd be like, okay,
That's
Suno,
true.
you guys got to give up something. Let's start at 50%. Then work our way down. If you only use 10% of our stuff, then 10%. But work it out.
Yeah.
And then you know they're not going to give none of the artists none of that money that they trained off of.
Yep.
I promise you they're not.
Yep. I think this is just me, but I believe they will all have their own AI artist arm eventually.
Yes, that's what's coming next. Artists are so hard to deal with. I'm tired of dealing with artists, producers, other record executives, interns,
That's
all
true.
that. It's too much.
That's
They're going to
true.
shut that whole Universal building down. It's going to be run by AI. I promise you. It's going to study all the charts
It's
throughout
true.
the world
It's true.
and put out
True.
records based
Yep.
on what the records are hot around the world and who looks the best. And it's going to be an algorithm, and they're just going to release songs themselves and tell us all to screw off. I'm telling you, that's what I would do. I'm sorry, that's what I would do.
And
I would tell
and
Suno,
honestly,
come on.
you're right, and I think it's going to take the passage of time. Maybe we'll begin to see more of it over the next few decades. But even in the immediate few years ahead, I can see them having an AI musician arm, AI artist arm, and they're going to milk that for all it's worth. And they might even beckon to some of you, hey, you want to release your music on our AI music arm? After all, what's her name? Zania Monet got a $3 million deal,
I
right?
don't
The
believe
AI.
that.
Do
Show me the
you know
paperwork on that.
do you know who
You
it's
know what I mean?
from?
Yeah.
That's
Who?
where she's. Why would she lie? I believe that someone's
If
reached
you
out and
listen
given
to
her a deal.
listen to that whole album, it's in the same key, same chord progressions, just
Yeah.
different topics. So what they did, they used probably ChatGPT to write the stuff. But if you listen to all that stuff, it's in the same key, almost the same chord progressions. So that's the downside I hate about
Mm.
Suno. If you don't tell
But
it to, it will
yeah,
give you the same key and the same chord progressions and the same standard crap.
but Stealth,
Yep.
that's the value of being a musician. So if Phoenix was going to prompt that, he's not going to ask it to just do everything on C major. He's going to ask it to do it on different keys, like a real musician, right? Phoenix.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, all your audio prompts will dictate what key it's on.
The-
So
the
yeah,
rec-
it's interesting.
the record executives don't. Well, Jimmy Ivan, he was an assistant engineer. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the average executive, they don't know about key or chord
That's
progressions
true.
or
That's true.
flat fives or gospel. They don't know all that stuff, and it's gonna
Right.
all sound the same. Like, listen to what's the big white girl that just came out? Taylor Swift. Her whole album
Yeah.
sounds like AI, and it sounds the same. And so the videos look like the videos I do on Sora.
Very
Yeah.
disappointed. Very disappointing. Absolutely.
But the
And I know
general
that-
audience, they're not geniuses. I'm sorry. The general audience out there are simple minds. So we don't need to do Beethoven or anything complicated.
Yeah.
So you
You're
think
right.
about that.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Minx Motion just send this in. Wait, 50% to them, 45% to YouTube. And it's true. That's how it works. Everyone wants their pound of flesh. I'm suspecting they'll put this on some type of blockchain to control ownership. Good point. And I actually put that in my guide. You could use those technologies to protect whatever is yours as well. But this has been a really insightful conversation. I really appreciate our gentlemen coming on the chat today, Stealth and Phoenix. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. And I hope you're able to see their YouTubes, because I need you to follow them. I need you to listen to them. I need to be on the lookout for Phoenix book that's coming out 10th of December, is it?
No,
that the book?
the new songs are coming out on the 10th.
Okay. So I
New
guess
music coming out 10th.
are you gonna have
You're
some
gonna be
videos on
I don't know
YouTube?
yet. I haven't got that far yet.
Okay,
So,
we'll be looking out, but
but when the
I'm gonna
book's
look
ready,
for you.
you're gonna be the first. You're gonna be the first to get the book.
Oh, thank you, man. I
You and
appreciate that.
Stealth.
We'll
I
So
bring
want
you on
one. Don't forget
here, and
about
we'll
me.
I got you, Stealth man.
Thank you.
and I want
So
Stealth to actually have some videos showing his process as well, because we got to teach the young ones how to do it, and even
yeah,
even people at our age, they need to learn as well, because you got a lot of
mm-hmm.
people coming out of retirement, and the last thing
Yep.
they did anything last time they did anything was Tascam or ADAT. So we need to help those we need to help
Right.
those guys learn and evolve. But I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you all very much. There was a few chats that I missed, but I'm going to be going through that. Thank you, Anro. Anro, I see you there. Thank you very much.
Hey
Yes,
Phil.
thank you.
Phil,
Yes,
can you give Stealth my contact?
absolutely. Yeah, I'll send it to him.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
man.
send
Right
it
And
to
on.
him.
then you give him mine. You know what I mean? And then let's exchange numbers. Phil
All
has
right.
all my
Yeah.
information. Yeah.
Right on.
Absolutely.
I sent
I'm
you
just
my
gonna.
number, Phil, didn't I?
You
My
probably
phone,
did.
myself.
Yeah, I'll send
I'll
it to
send it
him.
again. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And everyone else who's come through, I was trying to get to all the chat. Hey, Jukebox Hour. That's one of our friends there. Houston in the house. Good to see you. Let's see who else I missed. Uh Icon Break. Icon Breaking Records. Okay, thank you very much. Fizo, I see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, everyone just says AI slop. It's so tiring just to have to stop saying that.
It's only
Um,
slop if you got no talent. That's all there is. That's my opinion.
so we got someone looking for your social media tag. It's at Beatology, isn't it? Yeah, at Beatology. Let's see. Who else? Thank you, Anya Rosa, for coming through. Okay, who else? The Weekly Online. Being an OG myself, this interview is exactly where I live. Been in the business with all the all the gatekeepers, but finally, honestly, technology is setting us free. That's
Yep.
right. Absolutely. Well, my friends, if you got any specific questions, the comments is always going to be open. We'll go in there, but I'm hoping that this link, let me send it one more time because I spent time developing this thing for you so that you wouldn't have questions that go unanswered. If you're wondering what strategy should I use for 2026, ask the Resilient AI Music Survival Guide and it'll give you some ideas. Okay, dokie.
It's gonna tell me to retire.
Oh dear, hilarious. All right, my friends, thank you all very much for coming through. Everyone who joined and everyone who had to jump off before we got here. Thank you very much, Phoenix, and thank you, Stealth.